Smartwatches aren't for everyone, and between concerns over things like their bulky construction, the need to constantly recharge them, and sometimes steep pricing, it's understandable the market's begun to take a dip. As manufacturers continue to try and work out how to translate the full smartphone experience into something wearable, we've seen an uptick in interest in more limited functionality wearables, those combining fitness tracking with basic phone connectivity, but dialing back on some of the bells and whistles. That all spells the possibility for big benefits in terms of important considerations like battery life and pricing, so it's no surprise that companies like Fitbit, Samsung, and Pebble have all been looking to get their slice of the pie. Now it's Huawei's turn to get in the action with the launch of its new Huawei Fit wearable. I'm Stephen Shank with PhoneArena, bringing you an early look at the Huawei Fit with my review of this brand new hardware.
The Huawei Fit is a lightweight, circular-screened fitness tracker. It measures between about 10 and 11 millimeters thick, weighs in the neighborhood of 30 grams, and is available in both 20 millimeter and 18 millimeter strap sizes. It's equipped with a heart rate monitor, motion sensors to gather your fitness data, and is compatible with both Android and iOS devices. The 1.04-inch 208 by 208 resolution touchscreen is a memory LCD component, like what you'd find on a Pebble. While it's black and white, so its interface may not look as pretty as some of its peers, that does mean that you get to enjoy both incredible battery life as well as really great visibility. A little direct sunlight is not going to get in the way of using the Fit, and an automatic backlight ensures you can still see it just fine, even at night and indoors. There are no buttons whatsoever on the Fit itself, and that helps the wearable offer some impressive waterproofing, rated for resistance against up to 5 atmospheres of pressure. You can go swimming with the Fit or take a shower with it on, no problem. With no buttons, you swipe up and down on the screen to scroll through the UI, tap to select options, and swipe right to head back. It's an elegant enough sounding system, but we found the Fit struggling a bit to recognize our commands, not infrequently mistaking swipes for tap to select interactions. In addition to the touchscreen, there's also a limited degree of motion sensing. Primarily, this engages additional watch face details, things like a second hand or date readout when the Fit detects motion and engages the backlight when appropriate. But you can also flick your wrist to navigate through menus. It's a neat idea, but you still have to tap to select anything, with the exception of measuring your heart rate, which happens automatically when you pause on that menu option long enough. The Fit will track your steps and heart rate throughout the day, but its real power comes when you manually start a workout, and you can select right on the watch from running, walking, swimming, bicycling, or using a treadmill. Once a workout begins, you can track calories burned, distance traveled, and other statistics, as well as getting a summary when the session concludes. The Fit also supports working with more formal training regimens, but to get those set up, you'll need to turn to the companion Huawei Wear app. The app's easy to set up, requesting a few personal details like height and weight before you begin. In it, you can access all your historic fitness data, as well as check on things like your sleeping patterns. It's also where you set up a training plan, helping you to prepare for things like longer races by exercising every few days. And once you set this up on the phone, you can access these workouts right from the Fit itself. Huawei Wear is relatively straightforward, but not all of its info lives in obvious places, like how you have to hit the Discover option at the bottom to pull up a lot of that historical fitness data. But once you get used to its workflow, the app is easy enough to navigate. You're also going to want to check with the app for detailed info on remaining battery life, as all you'll see on the Fit itself is a simple visual icon of battery status, whereas the app itself gives you a real percentage remaining figure, much more useful. Huawei Wear is available for Android models running KitKat or later, as well as Apple devices that have at least iOS 8.0. Once everything's paired, you can get call alerts on the Fit, though you'll still need your phone to answer them, as well as select which app notifications should get forwarded to the wearable. Huawei claims the Fit can get up to 6 days of battery life. We charged it up before getting started this past weekend, and I've been using it pretty regularly ever since, and we're still only down to 40%, making the company's estimates sound pretty accurate. Considering there's only an 80 mAh battery in this thing, that's kind of impressive. Recharging is accomplished with the help of the included magnetic base. The magnets there help ensure you connect things the right way around, and Huawei says it should take under 2 hours to fully recharge, but as we're still at 40%, we've yet to do a full recharge for ourselves.
The Huawei Fit succeeds in some areas while doing less well in others. It looks quite nice, feels really good, and we especially like the high visibility screen and incredible battery life. Software works alright as long as you don't expect a ton out of it, and while the Fit's interface is easy enough to learn, touchscreen interactions can prove to be a little bit finicky. Maybe the trickiest part about evaluating the Fit is looking at how it compares to the rest of its competition. The Pebble 2 offers slightly more functionality for the same $130 price tag Huawei is asking, and the Samsung Gear Fit 2 adds a color screen and GPS reception while only costing $20 more. At $100, the Huawei Fit would be a much easier recommendation, but at $130, you're probably going to want to try this one on for yourself, seeing how you like the look and feel, and deciding whether or not you really need the extra functionality of its peers. I'm Stephen Shank with PhoneArena. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos.